Welcome back to Sweet Tea Hot Topics with Rashika. Happy Thursday to all of you. I am really excited about today because I love Thursdays because it's almost Friday and by the weekend, so much stuff has happened, okay? So I am ready to spill the tea with you. Can we talk about Kim Zolciak? Can we talk about Kim Zolciak and Kroy, the beer man, okay? So you guys will probably have been watching and hearing and seeing the messy divorce, or shall I say, the up and down, and maybe divorce and maybe not, and call it off. Okay. So Kim has been trying to call it off for quite some time and looked like they were going to make things work. And then Kroy is like, no, I don't want to make this work. Probably because he's embarrassed that she tried to come out and say that he wouldn't let her see the kids, or he tried to kidnap the kids. And there was just a lot of stuff floating around that, she was saying that he was doing. It was just a lot. So I can imagine Kroy kind of feeling like, let's just call this quits and I'm done. But in the midst of all of this, the house was in foreclosure, and then they had I guess about like $1 million in taxes they had to pay. So Kroy thinking like, hey, we could sell this house and we can pay off these taxes. And Kim's been like, no. So they get to court. This is what gets me because I'm literally embarrassed for them. As I said before in one of my other shows, that I really don't like to see the downfall of a couple, especially a married couple, publicly. I can only imagine what that is like. But Kim on the show, when she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was super proud of this house. She even talked about the Sheree Shack. I'm sorry, it's called she talked about Sheree's house. She had some jokes about Kenya's house, when they were kind of like going back and forth with each other about whose house was getting done faster, the quickest. And then it's like, I got my house and, paid for and all this stuff. So Kim was very proud of her space, okay? So I felt a little bad that she was going to have to sell her space. But things happen and it has to happen. So I kind of feel like in public, this happening to her is like, oh God. So I think that's why we've seen the up and the down and the maybe and the not and the let's not do this, because she doesn't want to look like the girl that, may come back to Atlanta Housewives and she lost her house. But they go to court and she tries to get the divorce kicked out. Poor thing. The judge throws that out, and they grant Kroy the opportunity to be able to sell the house for $3 million. I was happy and sad, like a bittersweet moment, because I'm like, good, they get to pay off these taxes. But they got I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. They got, I think, 6 children. And, only 2 of them are out of the house. So it's like, where are they gonna go? I feel really bad for the Biermans. I think the way they got together was amazing. Didn't know that door was open, so now you can hear the birds. But I just really love them as a couple. So I hate it didn't work out, but I'm glad they're going to pay their taxes. Now that is not the only thing that really has been so juicy and confusing at the same time. Okay, so I'm sure you guys, we're just going to enjoy that chirp because it's all natural. So you guys have probably been seeing Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever his name is, Sean Puffy Combs, in the news. Now, what really got me is when the video came out about Puffy. He was like, he looked distraught and he was just like, can you guys help me? But he never really said what the help was about. But he was like, can you guys help me? I really need your help. People say that this won't work, but I really need help. And I'm coming to y'all because God said for me to come to y'all. So I'm reading the comments and I'm scrolling. I'm trying to figure out what happened. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And I have to like dig a little deeper. I'm like, something's going on with Puff. Like, what happened? So I'm not sure if you are familiar with Keefy D. He was one of the people who had been going around and he's been on all these videos. He has been interviewed by everybody. He has been on everybody's podcast talking about kind of his involvement with it and his, where he was at and the things that happened and what happened in the car and, what Tupac was doing and Suge and all these people. Like he's really been talking about it. Like everybody that watched this has been like, how has he not been picked up yet? Right? So how has Keefy D not been placed with the scene and the crime? Okay, it's been 2 decades and the man has been everywhere talking about it. Well, apparently he has made mention that Puffy ordered and paid $1 million. $1 million to knock off Tupac. And now we get to why Puffy is scared to death. He is like making videos and posts on Instagram like, help me, because I think he thinks he's about to go down. What do you guys think? Do you think Keefy D has something to do with it? Do you think that Puffy has something to do with it? Because if you pay attention, Puffy has been saying on everybody's podcast as well, I'm untouchable. They can't touch me. No one's going to do anything to me. Kind of like I'm too big. And Puffy has been one of those people who he could pay off the authorities. He knows everybody, everybody that knows everybody. And so I think he's been paying a lot of hush money. And now with Keefy D being picked up and talking, I think he thinks now that he's going to be dragged into it all and he's about to go down. I don't know what to think. All I know is that I don't see how it took this long for them to get Keefy D. I also don't see how it has taken this long for this to come out, because I was in Vegas when they were I was in Vegas when they were inside and investigating at the home. And so I was like, this is weird. Why now? And I think it has a little bit to do with the fact that Keefy D had put up a video. And that video kind of led them to this investigation. It's all weird to me. It's all strange. I think it's been a long time coming, and I hope that the family can find some closure in all of this. I just don't know. I'm really thrown for a loop with this one. And I do think, though I'm kind of confused at where it's going to go, I do think a little bit of me believes that Puffy may at least be going to court for it. I don't think that with this whole thing that Puffy is going to just ease out of it this time. And the reason why I say that is because Puffy is the one that is giving off, I am scared to death. He's the one in public and TikTok and Instagram and making all these videos. You got to go watch. I didn't want to pull anything up. I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on it and see what you thought, honey. I don't know, but I really think that he is at least going to be subpoenaed. I think. Let me know your comments below, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Whew. Good luck, Puffy.